Rapper Biz Markie passed away last night at the age of 57. Now, Biz Markie had been struggling with complications from diabetes for some time, and a couple of weeks ago they had prematurely announced Biz Markie's death. However, his family came out to say that he had not passed away just yet, and he was in hospice care. Unfortunately, Biz Markie wound up passing away last night at the age of 57 years old due to those complications from diabetes. Now, Biz Markie leaves a lasting legacy as related to rap and hip hop because he was the man who innovated the comedy rap genre and took the comedy rap genre to another level. Now, before Biz Markie came onto the scene, the comedy rap game was dominated by acts like the Fat Boys, and they usually did a certain type of comedy, but Biz Markie took it to another level with his own unique style. Now, Biz Markie originally started out as a beatboxer for Marley Marl and the Juice Crew. Now, Marley Marl's Juice Crew consisted of rappers like Master Ace, Craig G, Big Daddy Kane, and Cool G Rap. And your Biz Markie was a part of that Juice Crew, which came out of Queens, and he came out with his first album, Going Off, in 1988. Now, Going Off is a classic because it featured several classic songs that I heard back when I was in Park West High School back in 1988. Now, these classic songs, Pickin' Boogers and The Vapors, these were iconic songs as related to business comedy style, and they practically were some of the best rap songs that he ever produced. And they came out on that first album, Going Off, and I remember everybody practically going crazy about those songs when they came out in '88. Now, Pickin' Boogers was a classic comedy rap that Biz made about his life and struggles as related to different things. And that was one of the hallmarks of his style, is how he would go out here and make fun of the things that black people had to deal with in the inner city, and just do it in a very, very, very fun fashion. Now, The Vapors is a song that resonated with a lot of young brothers out here, because a lot of young brothers, when we're out here struggling, we have everybody putting us down, making fun of us, and saying that we're never going to be anything. But then once we get success, then the same people are out here trying to kiss up to us and trying to get our favor. And that's what The Vapors resonated with a lot of black men out here, because a lot of brothers were out here, they were working the UPS jobs and getting mocked by these ladies who were out here with the drug dealers at the time. And that message even resonates to this day, over 30 years ago. So The Vapors was a big song in '88, and I remember everybody talking about it when I was in Park West High School, and everybody loved that song, and they also loved the Pickin' Booger song, and they also loved the Make the Music with Your Mouth Biz, which was, again, another classic Biz Markie song on that first album. Now, that whole album, Going Off, was an extremely popular one in the black community, but it was Biz's second album that enabled him to go to another level. Now, The Biz Never Sleeps, it came out in '89, and this is the album that Biz Markie will always be remembered for, because on this album, The Biz Never Sleeps, it features the iconic song Just a Friend. Now, like The Vapors, Just a Friend makes a commentary on something a lot of guys had to deal with out here, when you're dealing with the ratchet female who oftentimes wants to go out here and talk to you, but she's got this friend and she's trying to make it look like nothing's going on, but she's secretly out here with this other dude. And that song resonated with a lot of brothers out here, and it also resonated with people outside of the black community because Just a Friend wasn't only popular in the black hip-hop circles, it was the first Biz Markie song to go mainstream. And this song hit the top 40 in 1989, and I remember them playing it on Casey's Top 40 on Z100. And it broke into the top 10 and was one of the first rap songs to actually break into the top 10 for several weeks and was a major hit for Biz Markie that launched him from being just a hip-hop star into the mainstream pop culture. So this song was very, very popular, and it resonated with a lot of people. And I remember in '88, people just laughing about that video because the video for Just a Friend was absolutely hilarious, and everything about it was just it would just make you laugh at it, from Biz putting on the powdered wig and the 18th century outfit, playing on the harpsichord, playing an absurd thing as related to those ascot type guys, to everything going on at the end of the song where he finds out that the female that he's dating is so ratchet. Everything is just brilliantly done as related to the comedy in this song. And I remember watching that video on Video Music Box and just laughing at it because it was one of the most hilarious things I had ever seen in my 15-year-old life at the time. And that's a song, again, that was a major part of my teenage years as a Gen Xer, and that was one of those big things of 1989, up there with the Batman movie. I mean, if you're going to remember the year of 1989, you're going to remember a few things. You're going to remember Paula Abdul. You're going to remember Biz Markie. You're going to remember Batman from 1989. Those are some of the major moments of that year, and those are some of the things you're going to remember as related to pop culture. And that song was one of the major moments of 1989. So that song right there is what I believe Biz will always be remembered for. It is an iconic song, and the gags in it are just absolutely hilarious. Everything from the setup of the gag with blah 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 to the chorus with him with the powdered wig and the outfit and the harpsichord, all the way up to the powerful climax where he just finds out that that the woman he's chasing is a ratchet. Now, after your Biz Markie went out here and did the album, the Biz Never Sleeps, he did do other albums like I Need a Haircut, and he then went on to go out here and do guest spots on shows like In Living Color. Now, In Living Color, that's where he started to expand from rapping about comedy to doing more comedy in sketch comedy. And from that gig on In Living Color, where he was doing guest spots, he then eventually, I believe he was a regular for a minute in the later seasons, and then later on he went on to do Mad TV. Now, he was a regular on Mad TV for a while doing comedy, and then after his gig on Mad TV ended, he then wound up making appearances in movies like Men in Black 2, where he was doing a parody of himself. So he went on to do that, and then he went on to do voice-over work. So Biz Markie had a very long and storied career over the last 30 years. He was a great rapper, he was a great entertainer, and he grew in his craft, and he will again be a very sorely missed person because he left a lasting legacy on the rap game. He made great contributions to hip-hop by revolutionizing the entire comedy genre of rap and diversifying the whole rap game with his comedy stylings. And then he went on to show great skill as a sketch comedian and also showed some skills as related to acting. So he had a very rich and full life, and I'm very sorry for his loss because he was a great and talented performer, and he's someone I definitely will miss because he was a major part of my growing up as a teenager, and he's somebody who I will always remember because he was one of those guys whose rap stylings, again, was a major part of the hip hop that I grew up with, that lyricist era, that comedy era, that Afrocentric era. I remember all that rich diversity in rap, and that was one of the things that I enjoyed about Biz Markie's comedy is you could just have a good laugh with his raps and his lyrics and his beatboxing, and you could just have a good time listening to him go out here and make fun of things that were a basic part of life in the inner city. So I really will miss Biz Markie. I mean, he truly was a great talent of my generation, and he's someone that I am sorry to see leave this earth, and I'm sorry to see him go, and I'm hoping that he made it to heaven.